Look, beloved, what was the wise man telling him? If you want to follow me, you're going to have to be patient. What does that mean? Patience means to be able to suffer long to see the results of that for which you are suffering. The wise man was telling Moses, it's not a short journey. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs in this road. Do you think you can have patience with me? Can you suffer with me to follow me? Look, listen to Moses. The wise man, it says to him, and how can you have patience in that whereof you have not a comprehensive knowledge? I'm going to stop there. How can you be asked to be patient in something that you and I don't have a comprehensive knowledge of the thing? Yet the wise man is saying, can you have patience? Then he answers, oh, but you can't have patience in something that you don't have a comprehensive knowledge of. And that's true. If you do not have a full knowledge of a thing, you will not have patience with that thing unless there's something else that you have that will keep you going. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. Moses said, if Allah please, you will find me patient, nor shall I disobey you in anything. Look at Moses now. He is really talking strong. Oh yes. He said, if Allah please, you're going to find me patient. And I'm not going to disobey you in anything. That's a bold statement, isn't it? Let's see what happens. The wise man said to Moses, if you would follow me, question me not about anything until I myself speak to you about it. Don't bother me with questions. If I speak to you, if I raise it, then you ask me. But you just walk with me and don't trouble me with questions unless I speak to you about it. So they set out. Moses had already told him, I'm going to be patient, if Allah please, and I'm going to obey you in everything. Let's see. They set out until they embarked in a boat. The wise man made a hole in the boat. Moses said, have you made a hole in it to drown its occupants? Thou hast surely done a grievous thing. He just got started on the journey. He hadn't gone too far at all. He saw the man put a hole in a boat, and immediately he starts castigating the wise man. And look at the word that the Quran used. Thou hast surely done what? A grievous thing. Now the wise man told him it's difficult to have patience if you don't have a comprehensive knowledge. And Moses is showing right off the bat, he certainly didn't have a comprehensive knowledge. He said, look at this man. He's putting a hole in the man's boat. Are you going to drown us all? So Moses is calling the wise man a fool. Moses is now thinking that he's the wise man and the wise man is the fool. So he's upbraiding the wise man. He's telling the wise man, he's rebuking the wise man, you have done a grievous thing. The wise man said, did I not say that you could not have patience with me? Moses said, blame me not, please, for what I forgot. and be not hard on me for what I did. That's the way foolish people always are. They put their mouth in something, and then they say, please, don't blame me. Don't be hard on me. But look at how hard Moses was on the wise man just a few minutes before that. Wise man said, all right, come on. And this is not in the Quran. Not so come on, you know. They went on until they met a boy. And the wise man slew the boy, killed him. Look at Moses. Have you slain an innocent person, not guilty of slaying another? Thou hast indeed done not a grievous thing, but now a horrible thing. Stuff is getting worse. Now Moses is getting upset with this wise man. I'm walking with you, traveling with you, and you done killed that boy. Now he's going to judge the boy as innocent. He's going to judge the boy as not guilty of slaying another, and he's going to judge the wise man as doing a horrible thing. The wise man said, did I not say to you that you could not have patience with me? Moses said, if I ask thee about anything after this, keep not company with me. Thou wilt then indeed have found an excuse in my case. The wise man had an excuse from Jump Street to get rid of that fool. Now Moses is telling the wise man, if I do it one more time, you'll have an excuse to tell me to go on my way. So they went on until when they came to the people of a town, they asked its people for food, but they refused to entertain them as guests. Then Moses and the wise man found in this town a wall which was on the point of falling. So the wise man put the wall into a right state. Moses said, if you had wished, you could have taken a recompense for fixing the wall. You could have gotten some money for fixing the wall. The people didn't want to give us no food. You see the wall falling down, then you go fix the wall. You don't even ask the people for some money. We hungry as all get out. Well, I mean, that's not there, you know, but it's there. You read the text. It just jumps out at you. This boy sounds like a Negro to me. The wise man said, this is the party between me and thee. Now I will inform thee of the significance of that with which you could not have patience. As for the boat, it belonged to poor people working on the river, and I intended to damage it, for there was behind them a king who seized every boat by force. And as for the boy, his parents were believers, and we feared lest he should involve them in wrongdoing and disbelief. So we intended that their Lord might give them in his place one better in purity and nearer to mercy. And as for the wall, it belonged to 2 orphan boys in the city. And there was beneath it a treasure belonging to them. And their father had been a righteous man. So thy Lord intended that they should attain their maturity and take out their treasure of mercy from thy Lord. And I did not do it of my own accord. This is the significance of that with which thou couldst not have patience. Now, what does that all mean? What it's telling us is that wise men are blessed by God with a comprehensive knowledge of a thing that you and I may have a very limited knowledge of. And in that comprehensive knowledge, they act according to the fullness of their knowledge, while you react according to the shallowness of yours and mine. Do you understand? Now, let's go back. When they got on the boat, he proceeded to put a hole in the boat. Moses saw the man put a hole in the boat, damaging the boat, which was going to sink the boat. Moses did not know that the boat belonged to poor people, and there was a wicked king coming behind confiscating boats. So he put a hole in the boat so the boat would sink, so that when the wicked king came to confiscate boats, he wouldn't confiscate.
Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem.
Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem. Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem.
The reading order is in the chat. Is everybody on the page? We are on, if you got the Malana Ali version. And now I just realized yesterday you got to have the new version. And that's not page 911. No pun intended. Part 24, section 4. If you do have another version, it is Surah 39, section 4 as well, or Surah 39, ayat 32 is where we will be starting. This also, for those who may be listening elsewhere, or you're on Facebook or YouTube, you guys can text the word nation to 833-276-7174 so that you can come directly on the Zoom with us. Again, if you text the word nation to the number 833-276-7174, that'll put you on a text list where you'll automatically get the link sent to you to come directly on the Zoom with us, because we will be continuing this even after Ramadan. Okay? All right. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, bear witness there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. I'd like to greet you all with the greeting words of peace again. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
All right.
Walaikum salam.
Section 4. Rejectors will be abased. Who is then more unjust than he who utters a lie against Allah and denies the truth when it comes to him? Is there not in hell an abode for the disbelievers? And he who brings the truth and accepts the truth, such are the dutiful. They shall have with their Lord what they please. Such is the reward of the doers of good, that Allah may ward off from them the worst of what they did and give them their reward for the best of what they did. Is not Allah sufficient for his servant? And they seek to frighten thee with those besides him. Whomsoever Allah leaves in error, there is no God for him. And whom Allah guides, there is none that can lead him astray. Is not all Allah Almighty the Lord of retribution? And if thou ask them, who created the heavens and the earth? They will say, Allah. Say, see you then that those you call upon besides Allah, would they, if Allah desired to afflict me with harm, remove his harm? Or if he desired to show me mercy, could they withhold his mercy? Say, Allah is sufficient for me. On him do the reliant rely. Say, O my people, work in your place. Surely I am a worker, so you will come to know who it is to whom there comes a chastisement abasing him, and on whom falls a lasting chastisement. Surely we have revealed to thee the book with truth for the good of men. So whoever follows the right way, it is for him his own soul, and whoever errs only to its detriment, and thou art not a custodian over them.
Section 5. Brother Ben, is my connection strong? Do you hear me chopping up a little bit?
You sound fine on my end.
Okay, yes, sir. Section 5. Punishment cannot be averted. Allah takes men's souls at the time of their death, and those that die not during their sleep. Then he withholds those on whom he has passed the decree of death, and sends the others back till an appointed term. Surely there are signs in this for a people who reflect, or take their intercessors besides Allah. Say what? Even though they control not, nor do they understand? Say Allah's is the intercession altogether. His is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. Then to him you will be returned. And when Allah alone is mentioned, the hearts of those who believe not in the hereafter shrink. And when those besides him are mentioned, lo, they are joyful. Say, O Allah, originator of the heavens and the earth, nor of the unseen and the seen, thou judgest between thy servants as to that wherein they differ. And had those who do wrong all that it is, and had those who do wrong all that is in the earth, and the like of it with it, they would certainly offer it as ransom from the evil of the chastisement on the day of resurrection. And what they never thought of shall become plain of them from Allah. And the evil of what they wrought will become plain to them. And what they mocked at will beset them. So when harm afflicts a man, he will call upon us. Then when we give him a boon from us, he says, I have been given it only by means of knowledge. Nay, it is a trial, but most of them know not. Those before them did say it indeed, but what they earned availed them not. So they befell them the evil which they had earned. And those who are unjust from among these, there shall befall them the evil which they earn, and they should not escape. Know that not that Allah gives ample substance to whom he pleases, and he straightens. Surely there are signs in this for people who believe.
Section 6, Divine Mercy. Say, O my servants who have been prodigal regarding their souls, despair not of the mercy of Allah. Surely Allah forgives sins altogether. He is indeed the forgiving, the merciful. And turn to your Lord and submit to him before chastisement comes to you. Then you will not be helped. And follow the best that has been revealed to you from your Lord before chastisement comes to you all of a sudden, while you perceive not, lest the soul should say, Oh, woe is me, that I fell short of my duty to Allah. And surely I was of those who laughed to scorn. Or it should say, had Allah guided me, I should have been dutiful. Or it should say, when it sees the chastisement, had I another chance, I should be a doer of good. A, my messages came to thee, but thou didst reject them and wast proud and wast of the disbelievers. And on the day of resurrection, thou wilt see those who lied against Allah. Their faces will be blackened. Is there not in hell an abode for the proud? And Allah delivers those who keep their duty with their achievement. Evil touches them not, nor do they grieve. Allah is the creator of all things, and he has charge over everything. His are the treasures of the heavens and the earth, and those who disbelieve in the messages of Allah, such are the losers.
Section 7, the final judgment. Saying, do you bid me serve others than Allah, O ye ignorant ones? And certainly it has been revealed to thee and to those before thee. If thou associate with Allah, thy work would certainly come to naught, and thou wouldest be a loser. Nay, but serve Allah alone and be thankful. And they honor not Allah with the honor due to him, and the whole earth will be in his grip on the day of resurrection, and the heavens rolled up in his right hand. Glory be to him, and highly exalted is he above what they associate with him. And the trumpet is blown, so all those in the heavens and all those in the earth will swoon, except such as Allah please. Then it will be blown again, when lo, they stand up awaiting. And the earth beams with the light of its Lord, and the book is laid down, and the prophets and the witnesses are brought up, and judgment is given between them with justice, and they are not wronged. And every soul is paid back fully for what it did, and he knows best what they do.
Section 8. Each party meets with its deserts. And those who disbelieve are driven to hell in companies, until when they come to it, its doors are open, and the keepers of it say to them, did not there come to you messengers from among you, reciting to you the messages of your Lord, and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They say, yeah, but the word punishment proved true against disbelievers. It is said, enter the gates of hell to abide therein, so evil is the abode of the proud. And those who keep their duty to their Lord are conveyed to the garden in companies until when they come to it. And its doors are open, and the keepers of it say to them, peace be to you. You led pure lives, so enter it to abide. And they say, praise be to Allah, who has made good to us his promise, and he has made us inherit the land. We abide in the garden where we please, so goodly is the reward of the workers. And thou seest the angels going around about the throne of power, glorifying their Lord with praise, and they are judged with justice. And it is said, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
Chapter 40, the believer. Section 1, protection of the faithful. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Beneficent God. The revelation of the book is from Allah, the mighty, the knowing, forgiver of sin and acceptor of repentance, severe to punishment, Lord of bounty. There is no God but he. To him is the eventual coming. None dispute concerning the messages of Allah but those who disbelieve. So let not their control in the land deceive thee. Before them, the people of Noah and the parties after them rejected prophets, and every nation proposed against its messenger to destroy him, and disputed by means of falsehood to render null thereby the truth. So I seized them. How terrible was then my retribution. And thus did the word of thy Lord prove true against those who disbelieve that they are the companions of the fire. Those who bear the throne of power and those around it celebrate the praise of their Lord, and believe in him and ask protection for those who believe. Our Lord, thou embracest all things in mercy and knowledge. So protect those who turn to thee and follow thy way, and save them from the chastisement of hell. Our Lord, make them enter the gardens of perpetuity, which thou hast promised them, in such of their fathers and their wives and their offspring as are good. Surely thou art the mighty, the wise, and guard them from evil. And whom thou guardest from evil this day, thou hast indeed mercy on him. And that is the mighty achievement.
Section 2, Failure of Opponents. Those who disbelieve are told, certainly Allah's hatred of you when you were called upon to the faith and you rejected was much greater than your hatred now of yourselves. They say, our Lord, twice hast thou made us die, and twice hast thou given us life. So we confess our sins. Is there then a way of escape? That is because when Allah alone was called upon, you disbelieved, and when associates were given to him, you believed. So judgment belongs to Allah, the High, the Great. He it is who shows you high signs and sends down for you sustenance from heaven, and none minds but he who turns to him. So call upon Allah, being sincere to him in obedience, though the disbelievers are averse. Exalter of degrees, Lord of the throne of power, he makes the spirit to light by his command upon whom he pleases of his servants, that he may warn men of the day of meeting, the day when they come forth. Nothing concerning them remains hidden from Allah. To whom belongs the kingdom this day? To Allah, the one, the subduer of all. This day, every soul is rewarded what it has earned. No injustice this day. Surely Allah is swift in reckoning, and warn them of the day that draws near, when hearts grieving inwardly rise up to the throats. The iniquitous will have no friend, nor any intercessor who should be obeyed. He knows the dishonesty of eyes and that which the breasts conceal. And Allah judges with truth, and those whom they call upon besides him judge not. Surely Allah is the hearing, the seeing.
Section 3, a warning to Moses' history. Have they not traveled in the land and seen what was the end of those who were before them? Mightier than these were they in strength and in fortifications in the land, but Allah destroyed them for their sins, and they had none to protect them from Allah. That was because there came to them their messengers with clear arguments, but they disbelieved, so Allah destroyed them. Surely he is strong, severe in retribution. And certainly we sent Moses with our messages and clear authority to Pharaoh and Haman and Korah, but they said, a lying enchanter. So when he brought to them the truth from us, they said, slay the sons of those who believe with him and keep their women alive. And the plot of the disbelievers is bound to fail. And Pharaoh said, leave me to slay Moses and let him call upon his Lord. Surely I fear that he will change your religion, or that he will make mischief to appear in the land. And Moses said, truly, I seek refuge in my Lord, and your Lord from every proud one who believes not in the day of reckoning.
Section 4. A believer of Pharaoh's people. And a believing man of Pharaoh's people who hid his faith said, will you slay a man because he says, my Lord is Allah, and indeed he has brought you clear arguments from your Lord? And if he be a liar, on him will be his lie. And if he be truthful, there will befall you some of that which he threatens you with. Surely Allah guides not one who is a prodigal liar. O my people, yours is the kingdom of this day. Kingdom of this day, being masters in the land, but who will help us against the punishment of Allah if it comes to us? Pharaoh said, I only show you that which I see, and I guide you only to the right way. And he who believes said, O my people, surely I fear you for the like of what befell the parties, the like of what befell the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud and those after them. And Allah wishes no injustice for his servants. And O my people, I fear for you the day of calling out, the day on which you will turn back, retreating, having none to save you from Allah, and whomsoever Allah leaves in error, there is no God for him. And Joseph indeed came to you before with clear arguments, but you ever remained in doubt as to what he brought you, until when he died, you said, Allah would never raise a messenger after him. Thus does Allah leave him in error, who is a prodigal, a doubter. Those who dispute concerning the messengers of Allah without any authority that has come to them. Greatly hated is it by Allah and by those who believe. Thus does Allah seal every heart of a proud, haughty one. And Pharaoh said, O Haman, build for me a tower that I may attain the means of access to the heavens, then reach the God of Moses, and I surely think him to be a liar. And thus the evil of his deed was made fair seeming to Pharaoh, and he was turned aside from the way. And the plot of Pharaoh ended in naught but ruin.
Section 5. The end of Pharaoh's people. And he who believed said, O my people, follow me, I will guide you to the right way. O my people, this life of the world is but a passing enjoyment, and the hereafter, that is the abode to settle. Whoever does evil, he is requited only with the like of it, and whoever does good, whether male or female, and he is a believer, these shall enter the garden to be given therein sustenance without measure. And O my people, how is it that I call you to salvation, and you call me to the fire? You call me to disbelieve in Allah and to associate with him that of which I have no knowledge. And I call you to the mighty, the forgiving. Without doubt, that which you call me to has no title to be called Without doubt, that which you call me to has no title to be called to in this world or in the hereafter. And our return is to Allah, and the prodigals are companions of the fire. So you will remember what I say to you, and I entrust my affair to Allah. Surely Allah is seer of the servants. So Allah protected him from the evil that they planned, and evil chastisement overtook Pharaoh's people. The fire they are brought before it every morning and evening, and on the day when the hour comes to pass, makes Pharaoh's people enter the severest chastisement. And when they contend one with another in the fire, the weak saying to those who were proud, surely we're your followers. You will then avert from us a portion of the fire. Those who were proud say, now we are all in it. Allah has indeed judged between the servants. And those in the fire will say to the guards of hell, pray to your Lord to lighten our chastisement for a day. They will say, did not your messengers come to you with clear arguments? They will say, yea. They will say, then pray. and the prayer of the disbelievers goes only astray.
Section 6. Messengers receive divine help. We certainly help our messengers and those who believe in this world's life and on the day when the witnesses arise, the day on which their excuse will not benefit the unjust, and for them is a curse, and for them is the evil abode. And we indeed gave Moses the guidance, and we made the children of Israel inherit the book, a guidance and reminder for men of understanding. So be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true, and ask protection for thy sin, and celebrate the praise of thy Lord in the evening and the morning. Those who dispute about the messages of Allah without any authority having come to them, there is not in their breasts but a desire to become great, which they will never attain. So seek refuge in Allah. Surely He is the hearing, the seeing. Assuredly, the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of men, but most people know not. And the blind and the seeing are not alike, nor those who believe and do good and the evildoers. Little do you mind. The hour is surely coming. There is no doubt therein, but most people believe not. And your Lord says, pray to me, I will answer you. Those who disdain my service will surely enter hell abased.
Section 7. The power of Allah. Allah is He who made for you the night for resting in and the day for seeing. Surely Allah is full of grace to men, but most men give not thanks. That is Allah, your Lord, the creator of all things. There is no God but He. Whence are you then turned away? Thus are turned away those who deny the messages of Allah. Allah is He who made the earth a resting place for you, and the heaven a structure. And He formed you, then made goodly your forms, and He provided you with goodly things. That is Allah, your Lord. So blessed is Allah, the Lord of the worlds. He is the living. There is no God but He. So call on Him, being sincere to Him in obedience. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Say, I am forbidden to serve those whom you call upon besides Allah, when clear arguments have come to me from thy Lord, and I am commanded to submit to the Lord of the worlds. He it is who created you from dust, then from a small life germ, then from a clot. Then He brings you forth as a child, then that you may attain your maturity, then that you may be old. And of you are some who die before, and that you may reach an appointed term, and that you may understand. He it is who gives life and causes death. So when He decrees an affair, He only says to it, be, and it is.
Section 8. The end of opposition. Seest thou not those who dispute concerning the messages of Allah? How are they turned away? Those who reject the book and that with which we have sent our messengers, but they shall soon know. When the fetters are on their necks and the chains, they are dragged into hot water, then into fire they are burned. Then it is said to them, where is that which you used to set up besides Allah? They will say, they have failed us. Nay, we used not to call upon anything before. Thus does Allah confound the disbelievers. That is because you exalted in the land unjustly, and because you behave insolently. Enter the gates of hell to abide therein, so evil is the abode of the proud. Therefore be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true. But whether we make thee see part of what we threaten with them with, or cause thee to die, to us shall they be returned. And certainly we sent messengers before thee of those we have mentioned to thee, and of them are those we have not mentioned to thee. Nor was it possible for a messenger to bring a sign except with Allah's permission. So when Allah's command comes, judgment is given with truth, and those who treat it as a lie are lost.
Section 9, the end of opposition. Allah is he who made the cattle for you, that you may ride on some of them, and of some of them you eat. And there are advantages in them for you, and that you may attain through them a need which is in your breast. And of them, and on them, and on ships you are born. And he shows you his signs, which then of Allah's signs will you deny? Do they not travel in the land and see what was the end of those before them? They were more numerous than these, and greater in strength and in fortifications in the land, but what they earned availed them not. Then when their messengers came to them with clear arguments, they exalted in what they had with them of knowledge, and that at which they used to mock befell them. So when they saw our punishment, they said, we believe in Allah alone, and we deny what we used to associate with him. But their faith could not profit them when they saw our punishment. Such is Allah's law. Whichever takes its course in the matter of his servants, and there the disbelievers are lost.
Chapter 41, Hamim. Section 1, Invitation to the Truth. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Beneficent God, a revelation from the Beneficent, the Merciful. A book of which the verses are made plain, an Arabic Quran for a people who know. Good news and a warning. But most of them turn away, so they hear not. And they say, our hearts are under coverings from that to which thou callest us. And there is a deafness in our ears, and there is a veil between us and thee. So act. We too are acting. Say, I am only a mortal like you. It is revealed to me that your God is one God. So keep in the straight path to him, and ask his protection, and woe to the polytheists, who give not the poor rate, and who are disbelievers in the hereafter. Those who believe and do good, for them is surely a reward never to be cut off.
Section 2, the warning. Say, do you indeed disbelieve in him who created the earth in 2 days? And do you set up equals with him? This is the Lord of the worlds. And he made in it mountains above its surface, and he blessed therein and ordained therein its foods in 4 days, alike for all seekers. Then he directed himself to the heaven, and it was a vapor. So he said to it and to the earth, come both willingly or unwillingly. They both said, we come willingly. So he ordained them 7 heavens in 2 days, and revealed in every heaven its affair. And we adorned the lower heaven with lights, and made it to guard. That is the decree of the mighty, the knowing. But if they turn away, then say, I warn you of a scourge, like the scourge of Ad and Thamud. When messengers came to them from before them and behind them, saying, serve nothing but Allah, they said, if our Lord had pleased, he would have sent down angels. So we are disbelievers in that, with which you are sent. Then as to Ud, they were unjustly proud in the land and said, Who is mightier than we in power? See they not that Allah who created them is mightier than they in power? And they denied our messages. So we sent on them a furious wind in unlucky days, that we might make them taste the chastisement of abasement in this world's life. And the chastisement of the hereafter is truly more abasing, and they will not be helped. And as for Thamud, we showed them the right way, but they preferred blindness to guidance. So the scourge of an abasing chastisement overtook them for what they had earned. And we delivered those who believed and kept their duty.
Section 3. Man's evidence against himself. In the day when the enemies of Allah are gathered to the fire, they will be formed into groups, until when they come to it, their ears and their eyes and their skins will bear witness against them as to what they did. And they will say to their skins, Why bear ye witness against us? They will say, Allah, who makes everything speak, has made us speak. And he created you at first, and to him you are returned. And you did not cover yourselves, lest your ears and your eyes and your skin should bear witness against you. But you thought that Allah knew not much of what you did, and that your evil thought which you entered about your Lord ruined you. So have you become of the lost ones. Then if they are patient, the fire is their abode. And if they ask for goodwill, they are not of those who are granted goodwill. And we have appointed for them comrades, so they make fair seeming to them what is before them and what is behind them. And the word proved true against them among the nations of jinn and men that have passed away before them. They are surely losers.
Section 4. Believers strengthen. And those who disbelieve say, Listen not to this Quran, but make noise therein. Perhaps you may overcome. So we shall certainly make those who disbelieve taste a severe chastisement, and we shall certainly requite them for the worst of what they did. That is the reward of Allah's enemies, the fire. For them therein the home to abide, a requital for their denying our messages. And those who disbelieve will say, Our Lord, show us those who led us astray from among the jinn and the men, that we may trample them under our feet, so that they may be of the lowest. Those who say, Our Lord is Allah, then continue in the right way, the angels descend upon them, saying, Fear not, nor be grieved, and receive good news of the garden which you were promised. We are your friends in this world's life and in the hereafter, and you have therein what your souls desire, and you have therein what you ask for. A welcome gift from the forgiving, the merciful.
Section 5. Effect of the revelation. And who is better in speech than one who calls to Allah and does good, and says, I am surely of those who submit. Shh. And not alike are the good and the evil. Repel evil with what is best, when lo, he between whom and thee is enmity, who be as if he were a warm friend. And none is granted it but those who are patient. And none is granted it but the owner of a mighty good fortune. And if a false imputation from the devil afflict thee, seek refuge in Allah. Surely he is the hearing, the knowing. And of his signs are the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Adore not the sun nor the moon, but adore Allah who created them, if he it is that you serve. But if they are proud, yet those with the Lord glorify him night and day, and they tire not. And of his signs is this, that thou seest the earth still, but when we send down water thereon, it stirs and swells. He who gives it life is surely the giver of life to the dead. Surely he is possessor of power over all things. Those who distort our messages are not hidden from us. Is he then who is cast into fire better, or he who comes safe on the day of resurrection? Do what you like. Surely he is seer of what you do. Those who disbelieve in the reminder when it comes to them, and surely it is an invincible book. Falsehood cannot come at it from before or behind it, a revelation from the wise, the praised one. Naught is said to thee but what was said to messengers before thee. Surely thy Lord is the Lord of forgiveness and the Lord of painful retribution. And if we had made it a Quran in a foreign tongue, they would have said, why have not its messages been made clear? What? A foreign tongue and an Arab? Say, it is to those who believe a guidance and a healing, and those who believe not, there is a deafness in their ears, and it is obscure to them. These are called to from a place afar.
Section 6. Gradual spread of truth. And indeed we gave Moses the book, but differences arose therein. And had not a word already gone forth from thy Lord, judgment would have been given between them. And surely they are in a disquieting doubt about it. Whoever does good, it is for his own soul, and whoever does evil, it is against it. And thy Lord is not in the least unjust to the servant. Should I continue?
No, we have completed section or part number 24. Thank everybody who read. If something stood out to you, you can press the number 1 at this time to share something that stood out to you. Shout out to little Isaiah who was trying to read earlier. Anybody, press the number 1 if something stood out to you. Well, I'll go first with actually page number 1, section 4, the rejectors of the base. So ayah 37, which states, in whom Allah guides, there is none that can lead him astray. Is not Allah mighty, the Lord of retribution? Wait, let me start here. Is not Allah sufficient for his servant? And they seek to frighten thee with those besides him, and whomsoever Allah leaves in error, there is no guide for him. In whom Allah guides, there is none that can lead him astray. So for me, that stood out simply to say or show that Allah is sufficient. And if Allah is on your side, or you are on Allah's side, then you don't really have much to worry about or to be frightened about, because can't nobody lead you astray. So we taught that Allah has an active and a permissive will. So whatever we're going through, whether we see it as good or bad, Allah at the end of the day is at the center of everything going on with his people. So it's a reminder for me to look deep into it and see why we may be going through what we're going through, because it may be a purpose for it. Because it's saying here that you can't be led astray unless basically Allah pleases. And if he seeks to protect you or not lead you astray, there's no one who could do it. So yeah, I like that. Allah leaves in error, there is no God for him. But also that's a reminder that I think I said this, or this is said in a earlier one. Those who he leaves in error, there's nothing we can do. So that reminds me that our job is just to deliver a clear message. Their salvation at the end of the day is between them and Allah. There's some people who we just flat out love. Oh man, I love this brother. I love this. You're really trying to save him. But it says, who Allah leaves in error, there is no guide for him. We cannot be obedient for other people. We cannot accept truth for other people. We cannot do that for other people. So we have to accept Allah's will. And sometimes that can be painful. Trying to help someone, trying to save someone, and trying to get somebody out of error. And all we can do is just deliver the clear word and get the blood off our hands. And after that, we have to, be at peace that's between them and Allah. Brother King Cam?
It was somebody before me. Sister Asia, I believe. Asia.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, Sister Aisha. What stood out to me was chapter 41, Hamim, verse or Surah 8. Those who believe and do good, for them is surely a reward never to be cut off. And I think sometimes we can forget that. We can worry about things in knowing that we have either prayed about it to Allah, or that if we really just take the time to reflect on our lives, we'll be able to see that Allah has continuously intervened in our affairs to help us with his own good timing. So those who believe and do good, for them is surely a reward never to be cut off. So your work is never in vain. Your good that you do is never in vain. You will be rewarded. And if we look, we'll be able to actually identify the times when he has intervened and indeed rewarded us.
Brother King Cam. Brother King Cam.
Yes, sir. So what stood out to me was Surah 40, verse 55. So be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true, and ask protection for thy sin, and celebrate the praise of thy Lord in the morning and the evening. I thought that was something that was really good, and it kind of camelbacks off of what Sister Aisha just said, because Allah is asking us to be patient. Be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true, and ask protection for thy sins. So as we deliver the clear message, as you mentioned, Brother Ben, and as we work to do good and work to be upright and be in submission to Allah, Allah's promise is surely true. So he states that he will not, allow any harm to come to his servant. And I know sometimes when we hear that in the Quran, we automatically go to his messengers, his warners, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And that's true, because they are definitely that, but it also covers us as well. Those who are continuing to do the work. I've heard the minister, I've heard the ministers, student ministers talk about how the minister is a life-giving son. S-U-N, a life-giving son. And we are like his stars. And once the sun goes away, the physical sun, when the physical sun goes away, light is still in the darkness because of the stars. And when the minister is departed from among us, then the stars are still there to give light to our people. But the only way that we're able to do that is because we are continuing to do the work. We are also servants as the minister is a servant as well. So in 55 it says, so be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true, and ask for protection for thy sin, and celebrate the praise of thy Lord in the evening and in the morning. So keeping up with our prayer, specifically it says in the evening and in the morning. So that's Fajr, and our prayer in the evening, Maghrib, and continuing to be patient, and Allah's promise is true, and we will definitely be successful.
We got WD Iman.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Ramadan Mubarak. So I was compelled to share, I believe it was somewhere in section 5. It was verse 52. Excuse me. Know they not that Allah gives ample subsistence to whom he pleases, and he straightens. Surely there are signs in this for people who believe. And so I see this repeated quite frequently, and it compelled me to look up what the word subsistence means. And the first one that stood out to me when I looked up the definition was the condition of remaining in existence, continuation, persistence. And it further went on to say an essential characteristic quality of something that exists. And even more so, it says the means of subsisting, which is the minimum: food, clothing, shelter, and a means for obtaining the necessities of life. And so to me, what that is saying is it is ever true that Allah is sufficient and he straightens, and as long as you are aligned and truly believe, he will continue to straighten and align yourself with your highest self and your best life.
Yes, sir. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? All right. Well, I thank you all for coming on this morning. Inshallah, we'll be on in the morning, 5:30 Central Time. Those of y'all who come on in the morning, text Nation to 2. No, don't text it to 2. Text Nation to 833-276-7174 as well. If there's ever any changes, I will send out a text message to everyone to give an update. That's what that number is for as well. So you all go on and have a blacktastic day. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.
Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem.
Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem.